Is Kyle Rayner a disappointment? Let's just be real. Let's just be straight up about it. Is he a disappointment? When I first pulled him, I like him a lot. I still like him a lot. I still like him a lot. I still like him a lot. So why am I leaning towards him being a disappointment? Well, if you are just now pulling Kyle Rayner, let's say you're new to the game, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to agree with my opinion that he's a really good character. Let's get to the video.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die!
Hi guys, I'm Gravity here, and this is a DC Roast Collab video. In this video, we're going to discuss why Kyle Rayner is a disappointment. I like him a lot. I think he's a fun character. I've put him in several different places. And at first I thought he's pretty plug and play. In actuality, not really unless you get him to badge 30. Now, we're not going to go through his full kit. I've done a full kit guide. Right now, just to be like completely transparent, my Kyle Rayner is here. 17 on his badge. Some good attack gear, attack bonus gear, and then attack sets because I want him to crit later. He's going to get frantic. So he's dependent on frantic, and that's part of the problem. So I have a bunch of attack gear with the idea that he is going to crit. I did freak out, if you guys even saw the stream, I did freak out about his base level being, what, 30,000 less than, or 25,000 less than a Cheshire. But someone did bring up the point, I think it was Spike actually who did it. He is designed to crit. You want him to have as much crit as possible, so his base attack is going to be a lot less. Cheshire is a poison character, so it's actually kind of nice that they put her attack up that high. Anyway, not the point. Because Wonder Woman also, she has like, at rank 9, she has, what, 10,000, 11,000 less in base damage, or base attack, than my Cheshire does. But nobody would question Wonder Woman's damage. Just saying. So, why is Kyle Rayner a disappointment? I like him. I do. However, the main issue that I'm finding with him, and there's a lot of stuff, I guess there's more points, but this is the main one. Right here. Damage increased to 405%. So we're on the Ultimate Bombard the Stars. Damage increased to 405%. If Kyle has 4 stacks or more of Frantic when using Bombard the Stars, he instead constructs a mechanized armor attack, increasing his crit damage by 20%. So we love this crit damage increase. We love this mechanized armor increase. He does not do this unless he has 4 Frantic. On his base, he gives himself 1 stack of Frantic for 2 rounds, and then Frantic increases duration for 3 rounds. So he's giving himself 1 on his base attack, on his advanced attack. Are we getting, no, there's no advanced attack, sorry. We're not getting anything here. This is all about heal, which is actually his best ability in my opinion. And then you have this, where Kyle increases attack by 10% at the start of battle. Kyle permanently gains 2 stacks of shelter, and all allies will gain 1 stack of frantic. So let's say he has 2 right now. Okay, cool. We need 4 to get here to increase our crit damage. And then not until you get to badge 30 does this reduce. Kyle only requires 2 stacks of frantic to construct the mechanized armor, and its critical damage bonus is increased by 20. So then be 40% increased damage, cool. And then you need the 2 stacks of frantic. So we need to get him to badge 30 before he's not dependent on someone else to give him mechanized armor. The first person I thought of is someone that, if you just started the game, if you're new to the game, may not know, is Zatanna. You may not have her yet. But Zatanna, on her advanced attack, and this was the first thing I thought of because I bring her in for very specific situations, and she's pretty good all over the place. She was much better before they gave her rebalancing. I will keep saying that. I know it was 6 months ago. I know it was 6 months ago. I don't care. She grants allies 1 stack of Frantic, also grants 2 bonus stacks of Frantic to an ally with the highest attack for 2 turns. Helps that I put a lot of attack on Kyle, right? All allies gain 2 stacks for 2 turns, and then ally with the highest attack now gains 3 stacks. And then when you go to her badge, the number of frantic stacks gained by the ally target with the second highest attack of power amount increases to 3. 2, and then 3 is where I have it now. We're not going to worry about the 3rd level of the badge. So Zatanna and Kyle Rayner are basically married, And that makes me happy because her ex is Constantine and he sucks. Anyway, you have to marry these two together in order to get anything to work for them. Or not to work for them, to get Kyle Rayner to his optimal point. Now, I've come on here and said how much I love Dr. Poison. I love Dr. Poison. I love Dr. Poison. I can acknowledge that Cheshire's better now. Patty. But I can acknowledge that. But Dr. Poison, I love using her. However, I have to also acknowledge that when using Dr. Poison, she is absolutely 100% optimal with other Poison characters. I can run her by herself and the heals will kind of be there, kind of not. But the more Poison characters I add, the better she gets. Now, the first thing I did when I ran Kyle Rayner was I just thought of the team that would be best for him, which would be, you have Mr. Terrific here providing extra 50% superpower damage, 15% lifesteal when dealing superpower damage, 30% defense. The defense and the lifesteal bonuses are doubled for DPS allies in the front row during the first 3 rounds of battle. And then this cleanse thing doesn't really matter. So all deployed DPS, he is getting all of this stuff, especially since I'm running him in the front row. Right? So yeah, Mr. Terrific, really good running with him. Red Hood is also pretty good as well. Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman gives, and I'm trying to go to the passive immediately, but I probably won't remember. Right. During battle, increases crit damage for all allies by 10%. 15% is where I'm at. When I get it to rank 10, it'll be 20%. So she's giving extra crit damage to the character that wants to crit. We've already talked about Zatanna. Pandora is here because Pandora. Part of what Pandora does here, though, over Kid Flash, is that in his kit, and I'm just going to say it, because of the Light of Life, he is going to be healed for when other allies land a critical, use a basic or advanced attack on their turn. Kyle heals HP. So doing the damage from Pandora does help. Not the ultimate, but the other stuff. Okay? Cool. And she has a lot of attack on her because she needs a lot of attack for her heals. All right, fine. If I take out Mr. Terrific, he's not going to do great. He'll do better. And in fact, we can just show it. I will show him running with Mr. Terrific. When I run him with Mr. Terrific, he's incredible. He's an incredible tune. He has the frantic that he needs from Zatanna. He's getting extra lifesteal. He's getting extra damage. He's getting all this other extra stuff from Mr. Terrific, and then an extra 15% on the crit damage. So right now he's at 7 stacks of frantic. And then when he gets to his ultimate turn, he immediately goes into this. He does extra damage. And now he has his armor up. So anybody playing him loves everything that's happening right now. And I'm taking him into Crisis Watch, Ace's area, just because it feels like Crisis Watch is going to be the best place for me to play test them, because Ace's area does supposedly adjust to your power level, making it challenging, but I should still be able to beat this relatively easily. And then we can check the stats. But here is where I had him, and when I was showing him off, is having him in the best possible situation, at least given the characters that I have. I'm sure somebody else will have another, like, well, if you had this legendary, you can plop him in. I don't have that legendary, probably. So, in any case, it was very, very easy for me to be like, oh man, is he as good as Aquaman? Because of, well, yeah, he might be, maybe, possibly. If you run him with all the like optimal tools, yeah. But then if you have to remove a tool, which one would it be? Funny enough, I can remove Wonder Woman easily. It's just extra damage. Wonder Woman doesn't matter in this scenario. She's the first one that can get replaced. Next in this scenario, then you're like, okay, so what I can do? You can put Green Arrow in there. You can put another healer if you want. That part doesn't matter. It really doesn't. She's just there to contribute extra damage, extra crit damage for his attacks. Okay, fine. So we're going to leave her in because I acknowledge fully, like, she does not matter in this scenario. I probably should have gone to the stats. Anyway. If I take out Mr. Terrific, I could take out Mr. Terrific and run him with Red Hood. Now, my Red Hood is not leveled up very high at all. As you can tell, he's rank 8. I don't have particularly great gear on him. So we can put in Red Hood We can run Red Hood as the off tank and then run him as the primary take. Now remember, he doesn't have his plus 30% defense that he gets from Mr. Terrific. He doesn't have, and then the plus 60 actually, because he's a DPS for the first 3 turns. All we're doing to run Red Hood with him right now, only thing we're doing, we're increasing his crit and crit damage of all allies by 20%. This gradually declines until 0 for the 3rd turn. I don't know why they gave us this 3rd turn stuff. It sucks. But he is going to have increased crit rate and crit damage. So the crit rate part doesn't matter. Well, it does matter because you'll crit more. The frantics just give you the ability to crit plus 10%. So yeah, the crit rate does help. The crit damage is also what we're looking for. So we can run this and he will be just fine. The problem comes in is when you try to take out Zatanna. Zatanna is absolutely the key to getting Kyle Rayner to work. He will not get his mechanized armor without her unless you have him at patch 30. And once that happens, he doesn't survive things. Or he doesn't have as much, let's say, oomph as he did before. So as you can see, he's still wrecking shop. He's still causing problems.
10 minutes later.
Now we'll go to Red Hood. Oopala, oopala. Where are you at, man? Where are you at, man? There we go. So, overall, my entire point with this is that you cannot be a great legendary if the main thing that you need is to have one very, very specific epic in order for you to be like worth it. Damn. We could say 2. Mr. Terrific, he ran okay with him. He did run okay with Mr. Terrific, but he's gonna run best with Zatanna and then Mr. Terrific. And if you're that dependent on them, not like Aquaman level. Aquaman runs better with like Ocean Master in a block set next to Nightwing, of course. He's going to run better with Mara in the front row. And of course, he's going to. Wonder Woman's going to run better with Zatanna, having a bunch of frantics, increasing her crit damage. We are getting demolished. The thing that was easy to beat before with Mr. Terrific and Zatanna is really, really falling apart right now. So yeah, Wonder Woman's gonna run better with Zatanna, of course, and Red Hood, of course. But you can put Wonder Woman anywhere, and she's gonna do the damn thing. With Kyle, as much as I like him, I mean, look, without Mr. Terrific, without Zatanna, he can't hold up anything. I could probably put him in the back row too. I could probably put him in the back row and run him that way. I don't know. I'm having to calm myself down on how excited I was about Kyle Rayner. This is ugly. Ooh, that was ugly. Oh, that was ugly. Where are the stats at? He probably didn't even make it to... We made it to 1.8. Eek. And all I really need to do is just replace Raven with Zatanna. And this changes everything. Put Mr. Terrific in there. Other than those 2, and Mr. Terrific is the best epic in the game still. I know some say Cheshire, and you guys can go back and forth on that part. Fine, we can argue about it. But yeah, okay, Mr. Terrific, one of the best epics in the game, but Mr. Terrific can't even really benefit like Wonder Woman, or I think he does benefit Wonder Woman a little bit. He doesn't benefit Aquaman, for example. Like they can't run together, not really, not to use his team synergy. Aquaman doesn't need him. I don't know. Kyle is good. I like him a lot. I really, 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 really do. But you need a little bit too much around him to justify like dumping a bunch of resources into him. Unless you are like in game, late mid game, like me, and it's like, okay, well, it's fun to build this team around him and have a new crit team, a new crit damage team. But other than that, a little bit of a disappointment. So thank you guys for watching. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do right now is I'll cut and I'll show what the stats were when we were just running this thing. Or maybe I won't. Anyway, no, I won't do that. Anyway, so thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and a dislike. I'm okay with that as well. I'll see you guys next time.